Hey, what's up guys? Jay here and welcome back to another video. Guys, I'm super excited because we're going to be talking about the new update and what this means for us as bow wand healers. And also we're going to go over some of the patch notes too to kind of discuss and see, how does this impact our healing? And guys, let's get right into it. This just dropped recently. This patch will be coming out tonight for the new weekly update on December 5th. So all of these changes are happening. A lot of us thought that some of these changes were just happening on KR, but it looks like they're dropping for the global servers too. So yes, we're going to get that new spear, which a lot of people have been looking at lately. For me personally, I don't think I'm going to really rotate to this from my bow wand class just because I like healing. And I think this would be more of like a kind of paladin class like the greatsword wand where, you get some utility out of it to help yourself out. But I think I'm going to kind of skip this for now. You guys have heard a lot about the spear. So going into the next thing, dimensional trials. So this is really interesting, guys. So challenge your favorite dungeons at various difficulty options. Depending on your chosen difficulty, dungeons will have higher enemy stats, harder boss mechanics, and additional effects applied, clear higher levels to contribute towards leaderboards and seasonal rewards. Dimensional trials can be challenged repeatedly and do not have a cost to enter. 2-dimensional trials are available each week, with the selection changing during weekly maintenance. To take on the trial, we have to meet some criteria, and we have to beat the 2-star dungeon at the time at least once after the content update. So essentially, once this update drops, go ahead and do your 2-star dungeons so you can do these dimensional trials. The party leader chooses the stage of the dungeon to enter. Party members must meet a minimum combat power, which it doesn't say, so we'll have to see. The timer will not begin until players interact with the time dice. There's no time limit to complete a level, but additional levels will be accessible based on the time. So basically, we got to clear these as quickly as possible. This, to me, if you guys played WoW, kind of reminds me of those Mythic Plus in a way where you have to do it in a certain amount of time. Granted, these ones, it doesn't have a, minimum time that you have to do, so you don't get kicked out if you fail, but you get higher rewards and more accessible levels if you clear it quickly. Future dimensional trials can be initiated at higher difficulty levels based on prior completion milestones reached by the party leader. Clear additional levels to obtain new runes as rewards, as well as progress through the dimensional trials. So basically, guys, runes are coming, and we're going to talk about that. This is going to, vastly impact how we set up our build. And don't worry, guys, I'll definitely have to do some experimenting, and then I'll get a video out for you guys explaining kind of the thought process of what runes I'll be going for. I've kind of looked into some already, but I was waiting for the actual, word that we were getting this before I dropped the video because I didn't fully know if the runes were coming with this update. So with that, we also get a new 2-star dungeon, the Torture Chamber of Screams, which this is going to be cool because it's going to be taking place in the Shadowed Crypt. So maybe I'll do a video on this as well, but that's going to be super excited. You'll get a lot of cool stuff from there. War games, guys. War games. I am so excited for this. You'll have to let me know what you guys think of this. Yeah, it might be a cluster, just like a lot of the big things or the big PvP things, but I think it's a really good way to get some practice with our skills in a large party. Because it seems like, for me personally, if you're missing Riftstone or Boonstone battles, and then all of a sudden your first thing in 2 weeks is a castle siege, I mean, that's pretty overwhelming. And it's kind of like, dang, like, how do I even heal, 50 people if you're using Astral Vision, right? So basically, I think this will be really good. Honestly, I think it'll be good for guilds because essentially you can do a matchmaking system with war games to get your guild skills up, basically practice with each other. And then also it looks like anyone can join the team. So let's see, set up private or public matches from your choice of Boonstone and Riftstone conflict. Up to 4 teams, custom sizes can go head to head. You can appoint other players to manage individual teams, view a list of war games in prep who are already underway, and opt in to participate. You may only be in one war game waiting room at a time. Spectators welcome. So this is kind of cool. So basically, guys, I would utilize this as much as you can once it comes out. Hopefully, there's aren't too many bugs with it, but use this because that'll help you with your healing. All right, the rune system, guys. New methods. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. because you guys can go through this here. I'll have the link in the description. But essentially, we're able to add runes and modify them through this rune management system that they're putting into this game. And basically, you're going to have to unlock the sockets by paying Solent, which, that's just like everything else that you need to upgrade. They must match the type of socket to be equipped, and they have additional fees. They can be attained in the new dimensional trials. So guys, as I'm going through these and experimenting with different builds, I'll try to do my best to give you guys my thought process on what build is going to be most effective in these dungeons. I have a feeling we're going to go more the healing route, which I'm excited for because I just love healing, guys, and doing damage. Doing damage is good, and it is really effective in dungeons, but these sound like they're going to be pretty challenging, so we might have to bring more healing skills. So I'll get into that as I test it out because I have never seen this before, so I'm super excited about it. But yeah, basically these runes give a different type of stat and their tier level, and so basically we can apply these to our items. And so for an example, if you obtain a level 5 necklace defense type rune for melee defense stat, all future runes acquired in dimensional trials for the necklace defense type melee defense stat will be level 5 or above. Okay, that's pretty nice, actually. And then runes will also have grades, and yep, more grinding, guys, more grinding. Completing the 5th level of dimensional trials may award a chaos rune, a type of rune that drops at a max effectiveness with stronger bonuses, but also some drawback effects. Only one chaos rune can be placed in a single piece of equipment. Interesting. That'll be kind of really cool to take a look at. But yeah, guys, runes are going to really impact how we build. And so I'll definitely experiment with those. I'm thinking, like, off the top of my head, I'm just thinking about adding in some max health for survivability, but then also getting cooldown reduction. I think if we focus a lot of our gear on survivability, then we can use these runes for more cooldown reduction to cast our spells better. Maybe they'll have a healing one. I don't really know. I guess I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Material transformation is a new system that converts a variety of items into materials for other items. Bound equipment or runes can be fed into the transformation to increase potential output item based on total value items consumed. Okay. Material transformation of equipment items can be used to create other equipment items of a grade determined by the items used. And you can also do it for runes too. So that's pretty cool. Okay, guys, huge new stat fortitude. Oh my goodness, guys. This is going to be, I think this is going to be really big I think we can use it. A new main stat has been introduced, fortitude. Increase your fortitude stat to benefit your vitality significantly, as well as boost your base damage, magic defense. Oh my goodness, guys. This is exactly what we needed. We need more survivability. As you guys know, initially, the primary route to increase fortitude stat is through stat bonuses on spear weapons. The primary route, oh, interesting. Wait, so does this mean we can only get fortitude if we're using the spear? Initially, the primary route to increase the fortitude stat is through stat bonuses on spear weapons. Interesting. So it says initially. So we'll see what that actually looks like when it comes to fruition. But yeah, we're going to definitely invest in fortitude if possible. Fishing, cool. We all love fishing. And then we also get some general updates as well. More quality of life things, which I really like. Dominion events, joining a Dominion event now enables automatic party matching. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, so there's a bunch of quality of life things. Skill conversion now allows skill levels to be exchanged with any other skill when using the swap system. Oh, that's pretty interesting too. And then looks like, they did some event things. So now they'll place weekly at 9 p.m. Awesome, cool. Oh wow, this is huge, guys. For the combat, weapon mastery level cap increased from 16 to 20. I don't know about you guys, but I've been struggling with the wand, leveling this guy up, and partially that's me being a little bit lazy in the farming department. But it looks like, I'm only like level 14, guys. I'm not even level 16 yet, so I got a ways to go with this. But what's cool is if we go down, I think that, wand increase the amount of contribution gained from several abilities. Thank goodness, right? If you guys know how painful it is to level up our wand, our mastery for that. So this is good that they increased it. Goodness gracious. All right, back up to this conflict mode. This is awesome. So basically players may now initiate combat with other players in conflict areas with abilities rather than having to enter through auto attack. That's really nice. So that I can just enter and then throw a flash wave down and hit enemies versus like I have to auto attack them first. Oh man, here we go, guys. Arena players now recover HP and mana to full at the start of arena battles. Wow, what a quality of life. I mean, geez, like, as you guys know, if you went back to back with arenas, sometimes you'd end up with less than half of your mana because that's what you ended with in the previous one. So this is super nice. Looks like they fixed a lot of bugs. Endurance, I'm glad they fixed this. This was so annoying. Basically, you could debuff endurance down to the point where it would have like below 0 in some situations. So basically we were like paper walking around. So I'm glad that they recalculated this to help us out. Crowd control immunity. Yeah, that's fun stuff too. Collision will trigger CC immunity the fastest. Stun will cause immunity the second fastest. Okay, interesting how they did that. All right, so now we got some updates, guys, to kind of close this out to the weapons. So longbow, this is what we care about. Flash arrow, flash wave specialization removed the expanded area of damage granted by the specialization. Now only increases the effective range of healing granted allies. So yes, this is a partial nerf, but only in the damage department. It's not a nerf for the healing. So basically when you guys, when you have that spec that increases the width of this, essentially the damage granted won't be, I guess like the damage won't be within that. It'll be just the healing. So basically we'll still have the widen range to heal our teammates. We might even remove it altogether. I don't know. I guess we'll have to experiment with it. And then devoted shield, added damage reduction effect. Okay, so this is actually a slight buff to the devoted shield. I know this is being changed a lot. So I'm hoping that this works out really well. It doesn't say what the damage reduction effect is, but yeah, we'll figure that out. All right, then let's go down to the wand. Ray of Disaster. Damage against monsters increased by 30%. Fixed an issue where Ray of Disaster visual effects could remain on screen after the castle dies. Interesting. Yeah, so I didn't know about that bug, but looks like we get more damage when we're doing PvE stuff, which is cool. So yeah, then we got some updates to the UI, which is awesome. And then console, thank goodness for all these changes. I mean, goodness gracious. You guys know if you're on console how struggle fest that can be. But yeah, guys, so this is the update. I'm super excited about it. This is definitely the rune system's definitely going to impact our build, so I'll be able to talk about that as soon as I kind of experiment. You guys know that I like to be as thorough as possible when I'm putting out guides to make sure that I understand it and then also give you guys my thought process. What do you guys think of this update? I'd like to hear your comments below. How do you think this will impact healing overall from a bow wand or a staff wand perspective? And basically, guys, we're going to see how this rolls out. I'm super excited about it. More videos to come. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. We'll see you in the next one.